Hello, guys. Let's talk about optional bosses. That kind of enemy that hit you like a truck and doesn't take you to an isekai. Uh, I was thinking about it when I was playing Nocturne lately and B3 that the SMT optional bosses and bosses in general in the SMT franchises has has it though I don't how can I say it? It's difficult has been decreasing. Like, do you guys remember when you had to fight through the whole labyrinth of Mala just to fight Lucifer, which was a boss that could pretty much resist to all elements, even Almighty. The dude could resist Almighty attacks. You needed Pierce to beat him. See, and there was also Elizabeth from P3, which you could only fight her within her pattern if you like had prepared enough. Your personas could have any kind of know or repel abilities. And what else does Elizabeth requires? Oh, also you must fight alone. There was no party, and that was thrilling. You had to grind for days and days just to prepare for those fights. You see, but then everything changed. The new personas and Shin Megami Tensei allow you to pretty much just fight the bosses. The only cap they have, the only thing they have to balance out of the game is the enemy's damage, which is kind of stupid if you think about it. I mean, Lucifer only weapon wasn't actually his ridiculous resistances. We had Noah who had a better resistance to everything, even better than Lucifer himself. But Lucifer has the opponent bad luck on his side. He had an skill that could decrease the whole party life points into 10%, and his attack was almighty, which pretty much, if you had the bad luck, he could decrease the MC life into like 100 to less, then just normal attack him and he's done for. And Elizabeth would even talk to you if you could repel or resist her attacks. Like, she would just make it alone into hell, basically. But then comes Persona 4 Golden and Persona 4 also. You could literally absorb Margaret's attacks, which decreased the battle difficulty to infinity. Like, you didn't need to worry if you could absorb that kind of attack. Um, you wouldn't die, so you could just send out a lot of damage until she dead. I mean, and there was the same thing happening on SMT4. And there comes Demi-Fiend from SMT5. He would allow your monsters to have invulnerabilities. You can even use that into your advantage, like if you can void or repel physical. If you switch into that demon, Demi-Fiend will use his first turn to attack the demon, and you can repel his damage and it make him lose all his turns. But without it, defeating Demi-Fiend is ridiculously hard. And there is also, how was that ability called? Will something Chaos Will, I forgot the name right now, but he sent like a huge Demu being that will most likely kill half of your body and cut your presence in half. And he just sent it. Until nowadays, nobody has find the why, what is it that triggers that ability. All they know is that if you don't kill them within a certain turns, you get free Kugel or Gaia Rage, and he will pretty much attack the first demon that shows on the field, and you can repel his physical attacks. and that's just too easy. You can manipulate him into winning, but isn't that just easy? Like Digital Devil Saga, Demi-Fiend was way harder. He resembles Elizabeth, and what is required to fight him, you must sleep in order not to die for Gary Rage in that game. So your resistance is also your enemy because Pixie come with lullaby. If you, someone in your party doesn't sleep, the Miffin you just blow him down into pieces, and there's the game over screen over again. So it's weird, right? Why would make the game so easier? We all already know they have great screenwriters that can give us the best histories, the best gameplays. So why to make the fights easier? See, nowadays it's only a matter of how much damage you can tank and how much damage you can put out. Back in the day, you had to use literal strategy, and luck was something that you should account for. Just like I said, Lucifer had ridiculous resistances, and his true weapon was that he could just kill Demifin whenever he wanted with the combination of two skills. Like he could literally, I've seen it. He could 4 times hit Demifin with critical attacks and kill him in a single phase. And that's stupid. That's just stupid. Like that fingernails almighty attack that he used, that it can crit and give him presence. It can literally attack them within 4 times. I've seen it happen to me even, and you had to account for that too. You see, and like I said, Elizabeth won't even talk to you if you are invulnerable to anything at all. She has normal attacks that can be countered, but can never be absorbed or repelled. So you have to account for that in your fight as well. You have to account for poison, for charm. So those patterns that you must account for were what made the battles really hard. You see, and now we don't have those kind of things anymore. Quite the opposite. You can use the pattern to manipulate the boss so you can beat him easier. I've seen people beat like very hard in Miffin with a single strike, manipulate his patterns. So 60k damage, single attack, and a 75. Not saying that it was a low accomplishment. Those numbers is something hard to achieve, but the fight itself just got that easy. You see, there's no limit anymore. You can just one hit kill a boss. And what I'm talking about is has nothing to do with lore or history. I'm just talking about difficult overall. The SMT lore is gigantic. You can theorize on it for hours and you wouldn't even approach the right answer. Maybe the creators don't know the answer as well. That's how vast the universe they created. Like we know that Persona is a spin-off series and all Personas happen in the same world, and SMT games all happen in their own world, and this is vast. Like you can't put it into to a paper and just draw a perfect timeline. It will branch. Like Persona 5, let's take Persona 5 for instance. You have a timeline branch where Joker used Satanael to beat the final boss. You have a time branches that is Persona 5 Royal, which that girl helps the team to beat the final boss, which is not even Yadav. And there is also that hacking slash game. So it's weird. but it's fun. It's really fun. If, even to theorize on it, it's fun. And but it's not about that. What I'm talking about is boss difficult. I remember back in the day, the first SMT game I ever cleared was Persona 3, and I like didn't grind it at all. I just fought stage by stage, floor by floor on Tartarus, beating every boss at my limit. Like if I just can beat the boss, I don't need to grind. I don't need to overpower the boss. Was something I was used to think until I fought Nyx. And dude, I couldn't be more wrong in games in my entire life. Nyx is a special boss among the SMT series boss because it's not like you have four life gauges on your screen that you need to destroy so you can fight the real boss, or a really huge life boss that you must drop down his HP. No, Nyx is something that you must kill 13 times. You need to kill him for every Arcana card from the main quest to there. It's starting from full into death, and that's just insane. The first thing I did when the fight started was to use Armageddon. I literally thought that if I used Armageddon, then the boss would be gone. And then he started talking, and then came the Magician Arcana, and I didn't have mana, and I couldn't protect myself from its attacks, and my whole party died. So I came back into grinding, and that was fun. That was really fun. And even though it's more like a nuisance to max level into fighting Nyx because Nyx can't probably kill you, but you still have to fight it like 13 times. But the first time you clear it, it's fun, you see, and it's hard. You do not expect something. Even expecting it, in the last stage of Nick's fight, she used a perfect shield that will reflect anything you throw at it, even almighty attacks. So if you Armageddon him on that stage, the Armageddon will turn into you and you die. And that was fun. Like, and within the fight, learning about that was really fun. Nowadays, you don't have it. You just think, whoa, that boss does a lot of damage. Wow, I could do a lot of damage with such a strategy. You do never think on the pattern. The boss patterns doesn't matter anymore. You barely account them on any battle. That's why I like those challenges when you must clear a game, like clear SM3 with no demons, or clear Persona with no party, with no additional personas. Those challenges are amazing. They're simply uh, gorgeous. So that might look like a shout out to SMT community, but we should really think about that. And just to finish the video, my cousin, he used to narrate RPG games, like role-playing games, and once, just once, he gave Suku Kaja to one of his creatures that players would have to fight. It wasn't a boss, but the creature managed to land 3 Sukukajas. The party was doomed. And that was funny to learn about because if you think about it, Sukukaja is an incredible skill that back in the day you couldn't win a fight without it. And to see role-playing people in real life having to endure an enemy with that, with no knowledge of Dikaja or not knowing what to do to even land a single hit, It's amazing. No, it's amazing. So please, someone create a fucking like a freaking book of SMT with balanced SMT skills so we can play role play games with it. Something really good, not that thing they put on forums. Like put your mind to it. It should be good and too many people would probably play it. So let's go. Peace out guys. Just that's just add my thoughts on those boss fights of nowadays. If you're more into gaming, um, don't subscribe to my channel. Don't follow it because it's just a channel where I say whatever I want to nobody because hardly someone click on something here. But if you want to ask me something or want my opinion on anything at all, then you can put that on comments and maybe I make a video about it too. And if I do not know about what you really want to hear, then it's better because I will have to study it first. I'll have to research and then I will have a great video to put on. And this will be fun too. Not only for you, but for me as well. So, see ya.